Hey, beautiful spirits. Today we're going to talk about breadcrumbing. What is breadcrumbing and how do you stop it? How do you get out of that cycle? I'm LD Juarez. I'm your sparkle coach, and I'm ready to get you on your way to sparkling again and living life and love and enjoying everything that you deserve, because you do deserve it. So let's talk about this. Now wait to the end, because I've got 2 ways to get out of this stupid breadcrumbing cycle. So what happens? I mean, you're with someone who's narcissistic. That's the word of the, last couple years. Anyway, you're with someone who isn't treating you very well. Maybe in the beginning when you met them, they were too good to be true, it seemed like. They're so romantic and chivalrous and sweet and kind and thoughtful and everything. And then after a while, it starts going by the wayside. Like, what happened? Where did they go? You notice this change in their pattern. They used to call you at the same time every day, then they don't. Then they disappear for a couple days, then they come back acting like everything's fine. And if you say anything, you are the bad guy. What the hell's that about? You know how that is. And then sometimes you'll be like, how come this is happening or how come that's happening? And then they act like you are the crazy person. No, you are not crazy. Your intuition is right on. And then there's more disregarding, there's more disrespecting and neglect and verbal abuse. And depending on your state of your heart and your soul, you may let this continue. And it sucks. It's not fair and it hurts really bad, but it happens a lot. And it's kind of like, an addiction, because you know how they were in the beginning. So then you think, oh, okay, they're just having a bad day. They're just having a bad month. And then all of a sudden they have emergency after emergency after emergency. I talked about this in a video last week. I'll attach it. Nobody has an emergency 3 times, 4 times a week, every week. Sorry. And you just know. You know when someone is not being truthful with you, or they're omitting things, or you know when you're being disrespected. You totally do. And then all of a sudden they throw you a little bone, a little breadcrumb, right? And then you feel like Eddie Murphy when he got that Ritz cracker. I'm dating myself here. Look it up. Eddie Murphy, Ritz cracker, funnier than hell. So funny. Anyway, different context for what we're talking about here, but it's freaking funny. Anyway, it's like it pacifies you. This little teeny tiny, disgusting, dried up breadcrumb. It's like you get it and you're like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being nice to me. What? It becomes to the point where these people are withholding common courtesy. And then when they throw that little decent thing out, this should be a given common decency, right? And then you get this breadcrumb and you're like, oh my gosh, they're wonderful, they're great. And I've seen it in my own experience where someone will throw you some breadcrumbs, maybe for a whole day, or maybe for a few days, hell, maybe for a few weeks. And you're like, oh my gosh, they've changed. This is great. They're back to the person I thought they were. This is wonderful. It was a bump in the road. And then once they feel you attached again, they drop you like a freaking bad habit again. And you're just like, what is going on? And then they breadcrumb you again. No, this is a terrible, terrible cycle of abuse. And it really needs to be stopped. And the way to stop it is with you. Guess what? Ducks don't even like bread. Did you know that? They'll eat the bread. It's not that good for them. They'd rather have like grapes cut in half or stuff like that. Something healthy. And that's what you deserve. Healthy. Healthy love, healthy relationships, healthy people in your life. So the first way to combat this is to nip it in the bud. So maybe you've allowed the neglect to happen. Maybe you've believed their excuses and their bullshit for so long that it got to this point. You can nip it in the bud. That first little breadcrumb, you can recognize that and go, wait a second. That's a common decency thing that this person should do all the time. Why is it just now like it's a special occasion? And then they expect praise. And if you don't praise them, they're like, well, I'm trying. So nip it in the bud. When you see that breadcrumb flying your way, you are worth more than that. You step aside and you let that thing fall to the frickin' ground. Let that happen. That will really shake them up because they're not used to that. Especially if they're a habitual narcissistic breadcrumb thrower. So they won't be used to that. They will trip out on it. So, and here's something important to know. If they leave, this is a favor from the universe to you. Do not chase them because there's something better out there for you. Trust me. This leads me to number 2. This is the most important thing you can do because this will prevent breadcrumbing from happening to you ever in the first place, because it has to do with holding yourself in your worth. Know what you're worth. And if you don't know what you're worth right now, it takes some work. It takes some self-care. It takes some self-work. Work on your inner self. Work on your spirit. Work on your body. Work on your appearance. Work on whatever it takes for you to feel good about yourself. Surround yourself with people that are loving, love you, trustworthy, and are just people that bring a smile to your face. Anyone that doesn't, or anyone who is toxic, let them sit on the sidelines for now while you rebuild yourself. Because when you hold yourself high like the queen or king that you are going to see that these people that do the breadcrumb bullshit aren't even going to be attracted anymore, because they're going to know that you are impenetrable as far as that goes. You are worth somebody of high caliber, high standard, and damn it, that's what you're going to get. So that is the 2 tips for today. Breadcrumbing is BS, and we are done with that. No more breadcrumbs. We are not ducks, and ducks like better food anyway. All right, take good care, and I will see you on Monday for where we talk about depression, anxiety, grief, things like that. Wednesdays is self-care, different things you can do for self-care. And Friday, we are getting ourselves ready for that dating after 40. And if you're in a relationship, improving that relationship. All right, just the past 2 weeks, we've been talking about narcissism. I don't know why. I'm fired up about it. Let's end it. It's lame. You deserve the best. All right, have a good one. Be the sparkle, and I'll see you later. Please subscribe.